Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. We are actually already open for business, and in case you have not heard, in case you've been hiding under a rock, Jason Witten is leaving the booth, and I know everybody out there is sad right now that Jason Witten is no longer going to be broadcasting NFL games, or at least taking a break for a while. He is returning to the Dallas Cowboys. Do you really believe he might come back? Well, and that's what's interesting because, let me play the clip, and you tell me. This was DeMarcus Ware right after Jason Witten.
Hey, I want to let everyone know that I've been inspired when I heard that Jason Witten might be coming out of retirement. And I started thinking to myself, maybe I need to call Romo and get him out of the booth and all three of us come back. But then Von Miller started hitting me up, and then also DeMarcus Lawrence saying that they wanted another guy on the edge while I come back. I have been working out, and I do feel good. Do y'all think I should come back? Y'all let me know. Don't play with me. Y'all let me know.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure I played that clip to make sure that people knew I'm not making things up. Maybe he was joking. I don't know. I don't know if that was a joke or not, but he said he's been working out. There were hints of him talking about this before, that he'd like to come back and everything else. Shout out to C Money. I see Kevin. I see Winter Allen. I see Clutch Debs, okay. And everybody, I was just talking to my guy, Joseph Hartley. Let me know if the sound is okay, or if I need to go up a little bit more on here. I'm still working on balancing the system out. And it was actually kind of cool because I was actually able to set this up real quick. And Dez and Amari, no, I don't think I really want Dez back. Ware come back. All right, so let's think about, I'm doing this, I literally just got off the subway, got home, got everything set up. So let me play that clip one more time for anybody who just came in, that DeMarcus Ware, I don't know if he was serious or not, but he's basically said this. Let me make sure I get this right.
Hey, I want to let everyone know that I've been inspired when I heard that Jason Witten might be coming out of retirement. And I started thinking to myself, maybe I need to call Romo and get him out of the booth and all three of us come back. But then Von Miller started hitting me up, and then also DeMarcus Lawrence saying that they wanted another guy on the edge while I come back. I have been working out, and I do feel good. Do y'all think I should come back? Y'all let me know. Don't play with me. Y'all let me know.
All right, so that was DeMarcus Ware in his own words there, asking if he should come back. And I want to know what you guys think. Would you like to see DeMarcus Ware come back out of retirement and try and help us get to the promised land? You know, that was one of those things. You know what? I got to tell you, forgive me. I know it's only Thursday, and I got work to do in the shop. But you know what? We're going to make ourselves a little blue shot here. We're going to get some coconut rum, because it's a cowboy blue type of day. Woo. Victor, what's up, man? We gonna make a blue shot. There we go for our Dallas Cowboys here. All right, for Jason Witten and the possibility of DeMarcus Ware. All right, okay, well, let's hold on, because I know what a lot of people are saying. I tell you what, let's go through. This was not planned out. I didn't have an opportunity to get this stuff together, so forgive me. I'm going on the fly here. But let's look at Jason Witten stats. The one thing you can say about Jason Witten is he was an Iron Man. Okay? Jason Witten never missed games. They literally wired his mouth shut, and he played. He had to sign a waiver when he had a lacerated spleen, I believe it was, to say if you die on the field, you're not going to hold the Cowboys responsible. You guys remember that? Witten decided today that he was coming back. Now, understand, he's a Hall of Famer. He is a Hall of Famer. When you actually look at the last year, 2017, which was not a good year for the Cowboys in general. It wasn't a great year in general. But he still had 63. Let me change up on cameras here. 63 receptions. 8.9 average. It's not outstanding, but he still had 63 catches on 87 attempts. That ain't bad. And 5 TDs. And that was with the team in a down year. That was when we went through Dak Prescott regressing, problems on the offensive line, and everything else. So I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe having Amari Cooper there is going to make things a little bit better for the tight end. We saw how everybody was playing better as the season went on. And you put a Jason Witten there, with that, I think that those numbers could be better. Also, too, he's had a whole year. See, Money, I get people that just hate me. They just hate me. For whatever reason. I have people literally, the moment that my video is uploaded, will dislike it. And I know they didn't even have a chance to watch it. It's like, you need to get a life, because you're not even watching it to hate it. You just hate it just to be hated. You are literally sitting there and saying, oh, Mark just uploaded, dislike. That's a real problem. I can't help them. I can't help them. But I'm not even going to worry about it, because I'm going to do what I do. And that is continue to talk about my Dallas Cowboys. If they don't like what I have to say, well, that's fine. I'm just going to do me. And that's all I can do. So, and my screen has froze again. I don't know why it does that. Where is my mouse? Okay, here's the mouse. Let me get it open in another stream here. Hopefully you guys are seeing me okay, but for whatever reason, from time to time, it freezes up on me, and it may be because I'm broadcasting and watching on the same system. And where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Okay. Let's see if we can get this. Forgive me for a second, guys. I've lost the chat. Ah, there it goes. Are they seriously about D-Ware? Okay, D-Ware is serious. D-Ware is asking if if he should come out of retirement. As far as Witten goes, again, he was never injured, so he's had a whole year to let his body heal. Than if he had been playing. And again, he's older. He's not going to be Gronk, but un-Gronk like he stays healthy. He can mentor, and he can at least be a guy that listen, and that's where Brady, Witten is slow. I'll give you that. He's slow and he's old, but you know what? He runs great routes. He's reliable as far as catches. Take a look at that again. 87 targets, came down the ball with 63. That's damn good. 72% completion percentage. 72. Let's look at something here. See, we got the right side. 10 and 6 season. Okay. See, this is team stats. Okay. Receiving stats. Blake Jarwin. Let's look what we got right now. Blake Jarwin. Here, I'll blow it up. Blake Jarwin, 32 receptions, 6.4, right? Dalton Schwartz, 1 catch, 20 yards, so he's got a great percentage, but he's got 1 catch, okay? We don't have any other catches in there for him. But 6.4, oh, is that just, wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. This is playoffs. Thought I had for the season. Forgive me. Season, postseason. Let's get regular season. Aha! Forgive me, guys. I'm an idiot. And let's go back down. Receiving yards. Okay. Like I said, I wasn't ready. So Blake Jarwin, okay, maybe I'm an idiot. 11.4 on his 27 catches. Dalton Schultz, 9.7 on his 12 catches. Rico Gathers, 50. Okay, all right, forget it. I'm an idiot. But Jason Witten, in his career, has been a reliable guy. He's going to catch the ball more times than not. And more than anything else, to me, when I looked at this season, more than anything else, to me, Dak Prescott was looking for the security blanket. And that never really developed. And it was kind of like he kept waiting. There was never that guy there. I liked having a Jason Witten because I've told you guys, I believe in don't be a dingbat. I believe in having a mix of veterans in there to teach the younger guys. And that's what Jason Witten can do with the rest of those guys. In the same way, I keep telling you guys, having Travis Frederick there working with Joe Looney in that offensive line made him better. Having Tony Romo and Butt Fumble there helped Dak Prescott. Having Jason Witten there will help those other guys as well. You need that veteran presence, and I'm okay with having him on there because I know he's going to be healthy, and I know if you throw him the ball, he's going to catch it and put it in the mix. And when you start thinking, one of our needs we put down was tight end. That at least takes off one of the needs. The price range, I've heard from $3.5 to $5 million, not a whole lot of cash. I would trust him more so than bringing in somebody else cold to the system. You already have him who, where Dak knows him. They're going to be on the same page right there. So knowing we don't have a number 1 pick where we're going to probably be able to get somebody who's going to be a lights-out starter as late in the second round as we have, we can now focus in on the defensive line and safety if you don't sign an Earl Thomas. If you sign an Earl Thomas, now you're at a position of saying, okay, we are focusing on the defensive line and or best player available. Because it may end up being, because here's the thing with the draft, you never know how things are going to transpire. You may have a guy that you have ranked at first-round talent that falls for whatever reason. Maybe it was a poor combine or something like that, or something off the field, or maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, a guy that you said we wanted to get in the first round, but we don't have a first round pick, he falls there, but we really need to go ahead and get a defensive lineman, or we really need to get a safety. If you have the option of saying that guy's going to make us better, oh my God, that's an offensive tackle. We have a guy who can take over for Tyron Smith, and we can't believe, Aaron Williams, we just signed Chaz Green for $56 million. Yeah, okay, we got jokes. But if you've got that guy that you can put in there that you know is going to be a great player, it gives you more options. And understand, a game, it's a marathon. Worry about the age too much. Again, I'm not looking for him to have to be an every down guy. I know he can block because it doesn't take a lot of speed to be a great blocker. I know the guy stayed healthy. And even though he slowed down in 2017, he's still better than a lot of the guys that you got there. So that gives you, golf swam is definitely gone. Rico is only costing you a ham sandwich, so you might want to keep him in the mix to learn. Dalton Schultz, you definitely want to keep. And Blake Jarwin, you definitely want to keep. Dollars, we are the younger. Yeah, we are. Well, we were until Jason Witten came back. Jason Witten all of a sudden changes that a bit. Get off the weed, as Joseph Hartley says, get off the weed, man. I think Jeffrey Simmons could fall to the second round. And that's where, Jacob, that's where you look and say, okay, if we can plug some of these holes, then we can, one, make ourselves a better team all the way around. Because understand this. Everybody's looking for the superstars. Everybody's saying, go out and get an Antonio Brown and everything else. But understand, look at New England. How many superstars does New England have on their team? Honestly. How many superstars do they have? They have Tom Brady. They have the Gronk. But after that, you don't have guys that you look at and say, oh my God, they are a superstar stud. They have a lot of great guys that they can keep throwing at you wave after wave after wave. So if you put a wily veteran in there, you know it's third and short. You put a Jason Witten in there that you know can block or make the players think he's blocking and slip out, pick up those yards. I'm okay with that because he's reliable. Do I think we get Earl Thomas? I really do. I've been on the Earl Thomas bandwagon for a long time, so I'm going to, of course, go ahead and say I believe we do. There's interest on both sides of the fence to get there. So I would hope that we can because, again, I say he's better than what we have, and he can be a guy that can help mentor the younger guys. He can make the guys around there better. He can be part of the rotation. He can teach them and be a coach on the field. There's nobody that's going to know that system better than him other than Chris Richard. So for him to be out there, to me, it's a match made in heaven. At Brody, nobody is holding a gun to your head and forcing you to be part of the team run by, in your own words, idiots. Feel free to upgrade your fandom. Whoa, I didn't know what happened there. Don't need superstars if you can just cheat. Well, they get a lot of breaks, I'll give you that, but they still are a really good, well-coached team. So, yeah, they may get some extra breaks. They may do some things that are shady, but every team out there is looking to do whatever they can to get over on the other ones. They just happen to have perfected it. Don't be mad at the player. Hate the game, so to speak. Running back-wise, I agree with you on that. I would have liked to have seen them use Rod Smith a little bit more than what they did, but I would like to actually see a kind of a scat back, a change of pace back there to spell Zeke a little bit and to just give you a different look. The biggest problem we had on our offense, I'm sorry, is just that we were too predictable. It was going to be run Zeke Elliott, first and second down and everything else, and then you got to pass. Teams knew what was coming. I think being more unpredictable and having a Zeke Elliott and then having a guy who can get outside is just going to make one more thing that teams are going to have to worry about. If I had to pick D Ware or Earl Thomas, I'd take Earl Thomas. I think you can get a lot more from Earl Thomas. I don't know how much you're going to get from D Ware. I'll be honest with you. I would say give him a physical and see what kind of shape he's in first and all that. And as long as it was a dirt cheap contract, can't hurt. Shane, I am with you on that 100%. I believe the Cowboys are going on. Just the fact that they've even been talking about free agency this year, to me, has been huge. Normally, they go on vacation the first week of it, but you know that they are definitely interested in trying to do something with Earl Thomas. Jacob Garrett, believe me, there's a lot of players that do pick up in later rounds that become great. Charles Haley was a fourth rounder, 5 Super Bowl rings and things. Tony Romo was undrafted, but that's more of the exception than the rule. You can't go in the draft and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and get lights out players in the 4th round." You get lucky. But a lot of times it's hard to get good players in the 1st round. Look at how many stiffs there are and busts in the 1st round. At least the guy in the 1st round, generally speaking, has a better chance of being that impact player because, of course, he's been looked at more, hopefully, than you do in later rounds. It's not to say that we're not going to get a great player in the 4th round, but you can't really bank on that. Earl has a Cowboys jersey with his name on back. I took a picture with him. Michael, I'd love to see that one. You think that Witten's getting his locker back? I probably would say so, seeing that he would be the elder statesman. Yeah, definitely another red zone threat. Lies. The Y option is coming hot. Okay. Don't know what's going on with Brody Jordan and stuff there. I take it you're not doing the stream. I am streaming right now. I'll be streaming tomorrow night. I just wanted to get in here and just talk to you guys and get your feel for it. Jason talked good about Rico, Mark. Okay. Well, listen, understand, Rico needs a lot of work. I think they screwed up Rico by trying to make him a blocker. I would have liked to have seen them try and keep Rico as he was, not trying to make him put on the weight that he did. I think once he got all that weight on him, he wasn't the same as far as being able to attack downfield. He looked like he was running like this. When you saw him the year before when he was lighter, he was fluid. He looked like a wide receiver going down the field. After he put on the weight, he just looked bad going down the field. I'm happy with Witten coming back. I mean, I know we got a lot of people in there that are just kind of like, oh, yeah, but you know what? I still believe he's going to be a great mentor for some of these younger guys. And we have so many young guys that they need that experience. Witten coming back is going to piss off Shannon Sharp? Okay. Can we put off Dak and Zeke one more year and go for a defensive player, an offensive lineman free agency? Okay. You can, but here's the thing. You can understand this, guys. And I've gone through this. Let me see if I've got the right one. That's quarterbacks. Understand, there's things that you can, if you decide that this year is the all-in year, okay? Here's what you can do. Real simple. Let me flip cameras here. Let me blow this up a little bit more. Okay. If you want to get money, if you say, you know what, we need some cash today. And I'm not talking about payday loan, although it kind of works that way. You can go to Zach Martin right now, today. Zach, your cap number for this year is $14 million. Okay? We're going to take that 10 million, we're going to take 10 million of that, and we're going to convert it into guaranteed money. That 10 million gets spread out over the next 4 more years or 5 years. So that's $2 million a year. So the 4 that's left and the 2 His $6 million will become his hit. You just gained $8 million on that move. It's not changing how much you're paying him. You're just kind of basically borrowing and paying back $2 million a year on it. You understand what I'm saying? There's ways that you can get money if you want. You could go through, you could do the same thing if you wanted to and restructure some of the money that you owe Tyrone Crawford if you figure he's going to be around for a year or two. You could go through and there's guys that you could, if you really figure we're better off getting money from Lyle Collins, for example, and replacing him with somebody you have on the roster. There are ways that you can manipulate the money and things like that. You can go up here to Tyron Smith if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend doing that one because Tyron Smith is getting kind of older down in there, and you're not sure how many more years he's going to be able to play. But you could go through here with his, and you could end up converting some of this money into guaranteed money and putting it out there. You can restructure deals. If you decide that you're going to move on from Sean Lee, you can end up saving $7 million. I think they're going to look at Sean Lee and say, look, let's restructure your contract or let's take a reduction because we're going all in on trying to win a Super Bowl. We want to get you a ring. So is $5 million you dropping off your contract worth it for you to come back and try and get a ring, or we can just cut you and get nothing? I think that Sean Lee would end up being one to say, you know what, I'd like to come back for one more year and do this for the team so we can try and win. Well, this is what, for anybody who's just tuning in, this was...
Hey, I want to let everyone know that
DeMarcus Ware.
I've been inspired when I heard that Jason Witten might be coming out of retirement. And I started thinking to myself, maybe I need to call Romo and get him out of the booth and all three of us come back. But then Von Miller started hitting me up, and then also DeMarcus Lawrence saying that they wanted another guy on the edge while I come back. I have been working out, and I do feel good. Do y'all think I should come back? Y'all let me know. Don't play with me. Y'all let me know.
Thank you. Incognito, thank you. Turn the volume up on me or on DeMarcus Ware. Sorry. That's, let me pump it up just a little bit more there. That's what I keep telling you. Pay attention to what you get from Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones will lead you to exactly what the Dallas Cowboys are thinking or what they're planning on doing more times than not. He said tight end, running back, defensive line, and safety. And you've heard Jerry Jones talking about, we've had internal discussions about safety. I know somebody who's actually been talking into Jerry Jones's ear about safety and Earl Thomas, and Jerry Jones basically came back, yeah, I know, and so on. I'm not going to give any names or anything, but yeah, they are definitely looking at it, and it's all going to matter. The bottom line is going to be this. It's going to be how much money Earl Thomas wants. And the Cowboys don't have as much as they probably want, and they're probably going to try and lowball them as much as they can. But it's just going to be a matter of money. That's the bottom line. He wants to play here. We want him to play here. The question is, can they get him here and still have the money to do other things? Because ultimately, here's the thing. If it costs you too much to get Earl Thomas here and you can't get other players around to make the run, then it's not worth doing. So you got to understand where it is with the team. It all comes down to money. If you spend too much in one area, you don't have to spend in others. You know what I'm saying? I know you guys know what I'm saying. You're amped about how you doing, Tamir Parker? Yeah, I'm amped up about him coming back. I see Gerald Chavez. I see Mike Clark. I see David Sanders, Malicious Cowboys, Jason Kojak, Cowboys Nation TV, Tex-Mex. How's everybody doing? Are you guys feeling good about this, about Jason Witten possibly coming back? You think we're making a mistake on that one? What's your thoughts on it? I think it's a good thing personally. For some reason, I'm still having problems getting a full picture. I think the internet must just be slow today because it just doesn't seem to be getting nothing with my mouse on here. Okay. Forgive me, guys. This is where actually I'm going to need to get one more computer. Here. Because the live stream computer and all the software in it is using quite a bit, and I've got this one here, of course, that controls that. Of course, then I need another one over here when I set up the other TV screen. So we got a lot of things going on. Okay, let me pop this one on, and then I can get you. There we go. Come on now. All right, so shout out to 179 people who are here watching right now. I appreciate it. I see Matthew with third downs. You think the Cowboys tried to find effort in for the cheap to get mentored by Witten? I don't know how cheap he's going to be. You think, I'm assuming, Gerald or Kathy, that you're talking about Cole Beasley coming back because Scott Linehan is gone? I think that's a very big possibility as well. And this feels like we're putting the band back together. And I tell you what, I would not mind seeing Jason Witten, Cole Beasley, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper. That all of a sudden could end up being really good. Because here's what you could get. Michael Gallup can help stretch the field. Amari Cooper, because of the player he is going to garner extra attention, okay? Those two guys can clear everything out. Then you got Jason Witten and Cole Beasley handling things in traffic. That could actually end up being a nightmare to defend against. Can Moore do this job, Mark? Can't do worse than Scott Linehan. Can't do worse than that. Hit the like, people. I appreciate that, man. Stephen A. forehead just got bigger. Oh, man. Aaron, that's an interesting question if you think Kellen Moore had something to do with him coming back. I know they talked to Jason Witten during the season about possibly coming back because they felt a need for him then. And, you know, Witten was kind of like, nah, you know, I got my TV thing and everything else. And you don't want to leave in the middle of the season to try and come back, and he also probably felt that his body wasn't really ready to be in shape. The fact that he's talking about coming back now means he's got all off-season to get himself in shape. He'll be with the Cowboys and OTAs and off-season workouts and stuff and starting to get back in shape because, yeah, I think Jason, you know, I don't think Linehan had a lot of fans, you know, and supporters in the Cowboys organization. I think that with him gone, it feels like the cloud has been lifted. Well, but see, here's the thing. Durab, too. Sometimes you don't miss the water till the well runs dry. And I think Jason Witten, being retired and missing that camaraderie and being part of the team, I think after having lost that and realizing that he is getting old, that you look at things differently when you do come back. And I don't think it's going to be that I don't want to get other people on the field. I just want to be able to get on the field, too. I want to get that ring before it's finally said and done. Kathy, the question is, you know, DeMarcus Ware's been off for a while. He had been having injury issues going down the stretch. But the question will be is how much does he have left? And I can't answer that one. That's a matter of you bring him in and see how much he's got left. Has his body healed up in the course of being off for this last year? What's his strength like? What's up, Law? How are we doing, man? I want to get, Law, what's your take on Jason Witten coming back and or DeMarcus Ware asking if he should try and come out of retirement? Marty B wants to come back to the Patriots. I wouldn't mind coming back to the Patriots either if I had the opportunity because, hell, you know you got a chance at a ring. Yeah, Moore and Kitten and Dax a year. Stephen A. Smith is going nuts. Bring DeMarcus Ware back for a year. Okay. Witten's voice is loud in that locker room. Yeah, I think so. And see, this is what the thing I talked about. I talked about this morning, that I feel like this Dallas Cowboys team has evolved, where they have become more of a family, a group of guys that are there to work and win for each other. You know, they all want to get paid, and I don't blame them for wanting to get paid. But I think winning really and truly means a lot to these guys. And the way like I said, the way I believe that it's that way is nobody ever pointed fingers when they were 3-5. You know, the defense was playing really well. The offense was stinking the joint up. You know, when you look at Seattle, there was a rift between the offense and the defense. They still blamed the offense for losing that Super Bowl. And it never really was repaired year after year after year, to the point where you had to let go of a guy like Chris Richard. Chris Richard never coached poorly in Seattle. And when you look at what he has done with our Dallas Cowboys, it's kind of like, the fuck? Did you let that guy go? But you looked at how they had to jettison people, because it was literally a war between the offense and the defense, and it was a power struggle. We never had that. The defense was playing lights out and keeping the guys in there. I mean, we lost, 16-8 to Carolina? You know, you look at the defense and say, look, what else we got to do? We're holding teams to under 20 points, and we're still losing. You guys need to pick up the damn slack. But you never, ever once saw that. Mic's loud? Okay. I think it's because I'm right here in the mic. Sorry. One person will say it's not real loud, and then somebody will say it is too loud. So I get excited, turn away, and it's not as loud, and I get up into it. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bust your eardrums. Stephen A. said we are a top 4 Super Bowl contender with Jason. Yeah. Fix the mic. Okay. Is that better, guys? Am I drowning you guys out now? Let me double check here. Let me double check here. Okay, it's low. Somebody just said it was too high. Okay, now we can't hear me. Okay, is that better? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can't hear me. Let me double check. No, I didn't turn off the mic. The mic is still right here. Hold on. This is where I wish I had somebody else that was actually running the board for me. So let's see.
Your learning experience is important. We get it. Experience hands-on learning. Get started today.
Let me double check. No, I didn't turn off the mic. The mic is still right here. Okay. All right, so I peeked out. It's okay now. All right, cool. So sorry about that, guys. Sounds good. Okay. I'm sorry, man. It's a whole lot. If you guys actually saw everything that's going on right here in front of me, trying to read the comments, trying to go ahead and change the cameras and everything else, I'm old and technology challenged, but we'll get there. It's better the first. It was better the first time. Good right there. You almost got it. I can hear you. Okay. And I think part of the problem is what happens is when I go this way, my mouth, I'm looking at this, I've got a camera that's over here. And so when I go over here, then I'm kind of talking away from it, so it's better. And then when I got right here, then I'm really into it. So I've got to learn to be more omnipresent with the microphone, so forgive me. DJ Marky Mark on the ones and the tens. No, it's more like on the halves and the fives, more like, because I'm always screwing up. I'm talking low now. Okay, let me go up just a little bit. Go back up just a little bit. Want to make sure that I don't over peak it. I've got the soundboards over here, so I want to make sure I don't get too loud. Get back on the mic. Okay, is that okay now? Are we all right? You good? And let me turn it up. Just turn up the mic. Turn up the what? What? Okay. All right, there. Only 2 people in here know football, and you're one of them. Who's the other one that knows football, Brody? Maybe I should have them on the show. Okay, we're good now. Sounds good. Okay. Good news for today is big wit after hearing about Gregory and Irving. Well, again, Don't touch the ball. Mark, keep your hands off the board, son. You stink. You're terrible at it. You're no good. You're a bum. But I'm working on getting the system over here. There's a lot of things that are going on here. This is literally crazy. What I'm trying to do here, and by the season, I should be great. I hope by the season we're great with understanding this. In fact, I just got another piece of equipment. There's actually two monitors and a computer that are all right in front of me, and it's on a big stand, and it's kind of wide and makes it kind of difficult. But what I actually have is I have a vertical TV stand that actually will have the two monitors and stuff over there, and I can leave the computer on the side, so I'll kind of streamline it so I can just look straight ahead, and it'll be easier to control. So I'll be putting that together today. Where's Katie? Katie is in England, and Katie is she's working on a whole bunch of different things. She's got a sleep stream and stuff, so literally you can go to her channel and actually watch her sleep at night. Soundboard, no, this is a lot smaller than like what's on Will Kane's thing. And you know, today was really cool. Okay, Demario Davis, a guy that I wanted for the Dallas Cowboys. I truly wanted the Dallas Cowboys to go get him last year. That guy is a beast.
Hey, I want to let everyone know that I've been inspired when I heard that Jason Witten might be coming out of retirement. And I started thinking to myself,
6 sacks and 111 tackles he had for New Orleans. And you saw him get 11 tackles on us. But we were actually over at CPAC. And if you don't know what CPAC is Conservative Political Action Committee. He was there speaking about prison reform. And I'm going to be honest with you, CPAC is someplace, if I put a list of places that I would go in my lifetime, CPAC would be the last place that I would say would have ever been on the list. I'm going to be honest with you on that one. I'm going to be honest. And there weren't a lot of people of color there. But we were there. Demario asked, hey, Mark, can you come through? I want you actually to film all this stuff because I'm going to be speaking there and this, that, and the other. So I went there, and I've got hours worth of video, and he spoke, and everybody absolutely positively loved him. Literally, there were a crowd of people around him. I finally said, Demario, we got to go, and physically take him by the arm to get him out of there. But what was cool as could be, and it just literally, it makes me hungry. I mean, it makes me really hungry. Seeing the controls boards behind there, seeing all the screens and everything else. Broadcasting to me is something that I have now never knew that I wanted to do, but I truly am in love with doing this. And so right now I am working my ass off to try and now live what is now a new dream. So forgive me, there's going to be hiccups as I learn how to use the system, how to figure it out, and try and do more and more things, and it's going to be hard to do, but in the end, I think it's going to be worth it. I'm hoping that the sound quality, the video quality, the change of cameras and scenes, and as we get the set put up, I'm going to hopefully have my man Law Nation's in the house. Law Nation is one of the best YouTubers out there. I plan on having him to my left and having Vash Lombardi to my right, so you guys are seeing all of us stuff together in that old school way where you can actually touch and see the screen. I can't do the whole green screen and everything else, so bear with me as we learn to do this stuff more and more. And I'm seeing notifications about ESPN, Stephen A. Weep, Stephen A. Smith's heartbreak. Okay, let's see if we can find that. So you've got to look at it. Oh, I'm sorry, I was putting that. Just take your time. Listening to Demario talk to the interviewer and stuff, Demario Davis, let's be honest. They were robbed in the same way we were robbed with the catch no catch. You know, and they were talking about, they're like, man, it's a shame. The NFL is not going to do anything about changing the calls and stuff. And I'm going to say, listen, I said, being the resident Dallas Cowboy fan here, I got to be honest with you. They changed the rules on the catch no catch, but what did it do for me? We still didn't get to the damn NFC Championship game. Oh, great! So basically, you're telling me we screwed up. Sorry, there's nothing we can do about it, but we're just letting you know we screwed up. I'm better off if you just do nothing. So for them, okay, so they changed the rule, but guess what? You didn't go to the Super Bowl. You're not going to go to the Super Bowl from last year. It's done. It's over. It's not going to change. But I tell you what it did do for that team. And after listening to them talk about it was a no Super Bowl Sunday where everybody in New Orleans boycotted watching the Super Bowl, where that team, those fan bases and stuff have now come together, and now they've got a battle cry that we were robbed, and they're taking it and trying to turn it into something special. It won't surprise me to see the New Orleans Saints in the championship game. And I said to Demario, and like I said, Demario Davis, damn it, I wish the Cowboys, I text Brian Bro and said, Brian, listen to me. I'm a nobody, but if you can talk to anybody in the Cowboys organization, have them look at Demario Davis. I'm telling you, he's real. He said, man, they don't listen to me. I said, I'm telling you, this guy is the real deal. But I said to Demario, after heard that Jason Witten was coming back, I said, Demario, I see the New Orleans Saints versus the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. That's what I said to him sitting in the car as I'm taking him back to his hotel. And his question to me was, who are you going to root for? I said, listen, Demario, you my boy. You my dog. You called me up to film you and all that. But I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, man. I love you. I hope you do well, but I'm rooting for my Dallas Cowboys. So that's my love for the Cowboys. And I believe if they get Earl Thomas, if they put Earl Thomas in that mix, Michael, he's upstairs doing some stuff. Mike Sparking, I think I'm getting a little too excited. What do we shop for at the Combine? Well, it's not so much as, well, the Combine, okay, your areas of need, without a doubt, defensive line. We've got to get, I know the Dallas Cowboys philosophy is long, lean guys. They love length. They love guys that are 6'4", 6'6", that are about 270, 290 and all that. Guys that are quick. Adam, who you talking to, Mark? You ain't looking at me. Okay. All right. Well, I know I got the camera over here on. It's just to kind of give you a little different view. So you can see the lamp that's over here. You can see the control board. So you get just a little different flavor and stuff of the set. Okay. If you don't like that one, okay. If you don't like that view, here's what we can do. Bam. I can just roll over to this camera if you like, if that's better. If you want me to look directly at you, I can go ahead and do that. Rest in peace to Rico's career. Victor, I don't actually think that's the case because you look at Rico. Here's the thing.
Rico's not costing you.
Thank you, Michael Anthony Fitness, because people are asking, where's Michael Anthony Fitness? Here's the thing you look at with the Rico Gabbers. He's getting paid chump change, and he is potential. And you look at him as a project that if nothing happens, you don't lose anything. He's not costing you $5-6 million a year. And getting out of the dark ages of, why do you keep cutting the mic down? People keep saying that it's sparking. So I guess I've got two rules. I got two people telling me different things. Some people are saying it's sparking, it's too loud, and I got others saying it's not loud enough. So maybe I've got somebody in there who's playing with me. Okay, so hopefully, you know what? I'm going to listen to one person. Kathy Green, here's what we're going to do, Kathy. Kathy Green, we are going to make you a moderator right now. The only person I'm going to listen to for the rest of this stream is going to be Kathy Green on the mic, okay? So, Kathy, you are the mic monitor, okay? So, I will listen to just that person. So, Kathy, let me know how the mic is working, if I'm too loud or not loud enough, okay? So that way we're not going through and somebody just joined in and they watched the feed from before. And I'm going to turn that up here. Okay. It's loud, Bubba. You're good right now. Okay, Kathy Green. No. Lewis, I appreciate it. Dark and Jay, I appreciate it, but I'm only listening to Kathy.
But turn your volume down if it's too loud.
Here it is for the first time to your my stream. I believe you will do great things. I appreciate that. Witten will eventually be back for 1 year, and he's actually teaching. Yes, amen.
You know why it's coming back?
Senior Whitney, I appreciate the super chat.
You know why it's coming back?
Because he sucks in the booth.
No, not this because Scott Linehan is nowhere to be found.
And
That's exactly right.
he's got a lot there.
Well,
Well, the way this system actually works, Law, is it actually goes from green to yellow, and then it has like a little peak point that's on there. And my problem is I move around a lot because I will kind of kick back, and then other times I'll get too close. So I need to just stop being so hyper. I'm just hyper. I'm just excited. Are you guys happy? Are you happy that it's the off season, but you know how much stuff we've had to talk about? We've had so much stuff we are so blessed to be Cowboy fans. Think about if you were a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan right now. What do you hear about Tampa Bay? Nothing. We're Cowboys. We're in the news every day. We got stuff to talk about. He's not good. Check for yourself. Who are we talking about? It's not good. Check for yourself. Are we talking about Witten? 82 is back. Michael Anthony Fitness is speaking facts. Yep, Victor, you got that right. Stop kissing his butt. Bring Earl Thomas and draft help. Well, you know what, guys? I think we're going to find out real quick about Earl Thomas. You realize that today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, the next day's Saturday, then it's Sunday, and then a week from Monday begins legal tampering, the 11th of March. That's when teams are able to start talking to the agents. They can't bring the player in, but they can start talking to the agents about making deals. I don't know why they even do that stuff. I mean, they should just go ahead. Look, it's free agency. Why have this little tease saying where, oh, you can't actually bring... teams know who they're going after. Players know where they want to go. You think that Earl Thomas needs to come visit the Cowboys before signing the deal? Do you really?
Always curious about some money.
Thank you. He cares. Look, as long as you make me a decent offer, I'm coming to town. That's the bottom line. That's the only thing you have to know about Earl Thomas and the Dallas Cowboys. As long as you make me a decent offer, I'm coming there.
With incentives.
You've got things I want. You're a young team that's on the cusp of winning.
With incentives.
You're in my home state where I can keep my kids back home. Yeah, but you're probably right. I've got a lot of, I've got one. I just don't like to use it, man. I just need to. I need to be more professional, so to speak. I need to just tone it down a little bit. That's the bottom line. Let me just kind of relax. Kathy, tell Mark he has static. There's static? I think, okay, I'm going to turn. Let me do it this way. All right? Because when I turn that one up, that should take, oh, I know why I got static. Bam! I know exactly why I got it. Bet you the static's going to go away right now. Because I actually had the other input in for the phone. Kathy Green, $10. Thank you very much, Kathy Green. Is that a message that my microphone is messed up? You still draft a tight end later in the draft? You can, but see, I still believe you got, with Jason Witten for another year, I'm okay with the group that we have. Defensive line, defensive line, defensive line, and offensive line. If you bring in Earl Thomas. Stop with the sound, people. It's fine. I think people are messing with me on that one. Law, you can Skype in right now if you want to. Let me turn. Yeah, I got the Skype. Would love to have you in. Make sure you call the Cowboy Joe Boo one. Sometimes you end up getting the other one. The static is back. I think somebody's still messing with me. I'm going to check it here real quick. Hold on. Let me see what we got. Robert Griffin, you're not RG3, are you? I'm going to check it here real quick. Hold on. Sounds pretty clear to me. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let me see what we got. Come on, man. Stop messing with me. Why y'all got to mess with an old man? Oh, okay, that time it did. Okay. All right. I think what happens is if I get it all out, it messes with it. So I just got to make sure I don't do that. Okay, I will step out. Okay, so Law Nation is going to go ahead and call in. I don't know if he's going to, I guess he's going to Skype in. Chris Green, Mark, your show is good. Don't worry about the sound. I'll get it straightened out, guys. And I see there's another super chat. Well, you guys got me all messed up. I'm sorry I missed that super chat. Robert Griffin with the super chat. Thank you very much. Just glad to see positive stuff after negative stuff that has plagued us for a minute. I do believe there will be better years for both offense and defense, and our aggression levels will rise. I think if they play it right, I think we've got the basis of a lot of good things. I'd like to see Chris Richard now actually having the team for a second year, actually being the coordinator. Sounds like a blown speaker. How can it be a blown speaker? It's your speaker. Marcus, a little bit of a hiss. Might need a ground lifter. Okay, let me do this. Do one more thing. Okay. Let me know if that took care of the hiss. That should take care of it, I hope. If not, I'll have to, see, you mess with me. It's pretty good sound. Okay, see, Kathy Green, shout out to Kathy Green, I appreciate it, because Kathy's on top of it. So what happens when we get Earl? We get his ass back in shape, we get him mentoring the other guys, and we get ready to rock and roll. If you get Earl Thomas, and now you got Jason Witten, now you've got to focus solely on the defensive line. Yeah, I know you want the clock stream, Adam. I know you want it and stuff. I have to figure out, I've got to have another computer set up with another webcam just to do that one. And then I've got logistics in there too. If I have the screen up on there, Junebug in the house. Then I've got it's going to be streaming while I'm doing video. I'll figure it out. Give me some time. I'll see what we can do on that. Maybe. And the other thing is you can only stream for up to 12 hours. So that means I got to keep resetting and rebooting it. So I'll figure it out. Give me some time on that, Adam. Are we for sure now keeping Tyrone Crawford? Unless a couple of big name players happen to fall in our lap, you don't have too much choice but to keep Tyrone Crawford. When you go through the list of the guys that we have, we're short on the defensive line right now. We were short before losing Randy Gregory. Now we're really short. Michael Anthony Fitzsimmons was, okay. What about Darren Sproles type? Darren Sproles, I think, has got too many miles on him, but that's the type of back that I'm talking about, a change of pace guy, a real quick, a little smurf guy that can get outside on the edge and things.
No, you know who you need?
What do we need?
Gardner from the fleet. Yeah, That's the guy that you need to start looking at, the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Michael
He's
Anthony
young.
said,
He's young.
put the clock on my website. Okay, yeah, if I could figure out how to do that, Matthew, I would. Actually, I know there's ways that you can do that. I just have to figure it out, and that's one of those things that I just don't have enough time to do everything. I mean, right now I've got a whole stack of wood that needs to be milled up. That's in my workshop. I got to take it all off the table saw and everything else and start cutting and shaping it. And here we go with Law Nation in the house. All right.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Get my headphones on. Law Nation was, oh, damn.
Oh, the business suit.
Look, damn.
What's up, man?
He's looking all clean and spiffy here. Damn.
The business suit.
What did you did you cut your beard back a little bit?
Yeah, I cut it back, man. How you know, man?
I know that face, man. I watch your videos all the time. I know when you make some changes and stuff, man.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
about to
trimmed
play
it
tonight?
off, trimmed it down a little bit. Had some important meetings to attend this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so how you feel about the whole situation of Jason Witten coming out?
He's going to help out as far as mentorship. He will help out in those parameters.
Mm-hmm.
I think that collectively, it's going to be a hard cut for one of the guys. I think Jeff Swain may be gone.
Mhm.
I think that Rico may be on the bubble. And I think that as far as the offense, I heard that the Kellen Moore likes to run 12 personnel. So it's going to be 2 tight ends set of Blake Jarwin as well as the Jason Witten. This may be a sign in the writing on the wall that Cole Beasley is gone as well, though.
You think so?
Right. Because Cole Beasley, he want to get paid like the top slot receiver.
Yeah, but they don't have the money to do that. So
Right.
unless they go ahead and decide, I mean, they could cut Allen Hurns and get $5 million right there and use part of that on him. But then again, they might let him go and just hold on to Allen Hurns and see how he's going to come back out.
Yeah. That means Noah Brown may be on the odd man out, and of course Lance Lenore, he's been dragging around for the last few years. They like Cedric Wilson though.
Yeah, and and maybe it is time to let Cole go ahead and go because he is getting a little long in the tooth, and he is getting he is going to be a chunk of change. But I think that they're going to end up they're going to move Amari Cooper around a lot. I think
They will.
especially with him the way he plays in the slot and can catch that ball in traffic. And if Michael Gallup can continue to keep getting better on the outside, you start running him deep. You go ahead and start getting Amari Cooper going through the slot and things like that, clearing things out, and then you have a veteran presence with Jason Witten. He's not going to break any tackles. He's not going to be real fast, but he is precise at routes, and he can be that go-to guy. When there's that blitz, Witten is going to be there to catch the ball. So I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, and he can definitely block well.
True that.
and that's the thing. When you looked at when you had Rico in there, everybody knew they weren't passing to Rico. At least
Right.
Witten is a dual threat. He can block, so it could be a running play, but he can also catch the ball. So you're not sure as a defender which way it's going to be. It's not going to be big gains very often. But if it ends up being, for me, if Dak has that guy as a security blanket, I think it's good. Because it seemed like to me he was always looking and holding on to the ball like there's got to be somebody there. And we just did not develop that security blanket guy, and maybe Witten can be there, that bridge to the future.
The difference will be all last year we saw that the check down guy was Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
Normally Ezekiel Elliott, we love him, but he's 6'1".
Yeah.
Jason 6'5", 6'6".
Big
That put the
target.
check down across the middle of the field now.
Mhm.
And think about how this is going to benefit Michael. Think about how this is going to benefit the Amari Coopers, like you mentioned.
Mhm.
It's so weird that Michael Gallup is the X receiver and Amari Cooper, the skill set that he got, he's normally lines up as the 2. But
it was working though.
It worked,
It
yeah.
was working because he was able to take it to the house. But I think that more than anything else, I'm happy to see them moving him around because you look at Larry Fitzgerald. When Larry Fitzgerald was an outside guy and everything else, his numbers started going down, and they ended up making him a slot receiver. All of a sudden, his numbers started picking back up, and he's one of the few receivers that in the 30s got more receptions going down in his career because he was able to catch the ball in traffic. So I'm happy about it. And I think I heard $3.5 to $5 million. I'm not sure which it is. That's chump change, quite honestly.
Right. At first, I thought it was 5 million. The 105.3
That's
fan
what I
they
heard, yeah.
quoted it. You right on the money, 3.5 or 3 million.
Yeah.
That's a good number. That's a good number.
You can't.
And then you can level that with incentives.
Right, and if nothing else, because Dak knows him, there's not a learning curve out there for it. I mean, it's going to be right there that where Dak and them should be able to pick right up from where they were. You know, this past year we had so many new guys. Dak didn't know who the hell he was throwing to. They probably had to put a piece of tape on the helmet to say, "Oh, okay, oh Hearns, that's you, okay." You know,
Right.
So I think it's a good thing. We'll wait and see. So now the good question is, what do you think about Earl? You know where I am with Earl Thomas.
Right.
Everybody knows where I am with Earl Thomas.
Look, this is what I look at. This is how I can look at it from here.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys may be saying this too. Let's go ahead and go all in.
I think it is.
You don't bring a guy out of retirement, just say, hey, you horrible in the booth, let's bring you out of retirement.
Right.
They might be saying to themselves, we're gonna try to go all in. We get a veteran tight end to help out the offense as far as experience and mentoring. I like the fact that throughout all last year, we had a chance to see Ezekiel Elliott develop as a voice in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
It was no longer Jason Witten team. It was Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott team as being a voice in the locker room.
Right.
Now you add in the fact that now you got Jason Witten, now you got the Dak Prescotts of the world, and you have Ezekiel Elliott. That's helped out tremendously. Now, as far as the defensive side, the voice of the locker room was who? D-Law. He was the guy that said, hey, you guys counted us out against the Saints, we're going to punch him in the mouth. And they was like, what? What?
Yeah.
So if somebody like a Earl Thomas, who's going to be on the back deep end of the defense, and you add in, of course, they're going to re-sign D-Law. They're going to do something for him.
Right.
With those two components, it could be a voice in the locker room that will help out the defensive side of the ball. Of course, you already have Chris Richard. He's going to do his barking as well. So, yeah.
So I'd like it. I would love to see him because at least if you go ahead and get Earl Thomas and you've got Jason Witten in there, to me, you can go defensive line and best player available.
Yeah.
You know, because you might end up finding a position, you know, if you're having to draft in a position of need, there may be an absolute stud that falls right there in your lap and you can't draft because you got to go ahead and take care of these other positions. At least it opens up options. And if you can get Earl Thomas at a reasonable rate, and I don't know what he's going to ask, we all know he wants to be here. We know the Cowboys want him here. The question is, can they work out the money for it?
I'm in the ballpark around 8 and 9 million. That's where I'm at. Where you at for Earl?
I think 9 or 10 maybe is where it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that somebody might pay him more, but you also start looking at this as saying, okay, this is the end of my career. If I have an opportunity to win a ring, if I've got an opportunity to be in front of my hometown and all that stuff, all things being equal, I could take a little bit less money. Aren't the taxes cheap there in Texas too?
Yeah, they're cheap. The only thing that's high in Texas, man, is the property taxes. I paid about $7,000 here for property taxes. So
ouch.
It's high property tax, but everything else is good.
Okay. So, you know, maybe that's an incentive, but, you know, we all know that he's been putting out tons and tons of hints about being here. So, yeah. So, hypothetically, we get Earl Thomas, we got tight end. Which direction you going on the draft? What's your first pick?
Well, I'm with the philosophy. My guy, Voch Lombardi, he wants an offensive lineman.
He always wants an offensive lineman.
Huh?
He always wants an offensive lineman.
Right. He played offensive line, so I understand where he's coming from. But I'm with the philosophy of building from the inside out on the defensive side. I think that I love Antoine Barbecue Woods, but give the man some help. Make him be a rotational guy. Let's go get that defensive fat plug that we can put in the middle that will help out the LVEs of the world, that will help out the Jalen Smiths. We already going to show up the tight end, well, the safety aspect of everything. with Earl Thomas, and of course we love what we saw out of Byron Jones and Cheeto towards the latter part of the year.
Right.
So give me a guy, a fat, nasty guy, belly hanging over the knees guy that can play into the inside, and everybody else will benefit from
Law, how long you know me, man?
it for a long time, man.
How long have I been saying about getting that big fat ass up in the middle?
Yeah.
Every damn. I'm like, please, would y'all just once, just try it, just once, man. That's what ate us up against the Colts and against the Rams, man. We just did not have that big guy that could take on that one-on-one up in the middle. Look, Michael, what you shaking your head? What you shaking your head for, man?
Remember that fourth down play?
The fourth down play.
When
What?
Dak Prescott come around the outside, got the first down.
Yeah. Well, okay, but that's in the Stone Ages, man. The
That's-
Dark
that's
Ages.
what
No,
I'm
no,
talking
no.
about.
Scott Linehan's gone, man. We're not
Big
thinking
time.
about the Dark Ages now. The sun has come up, okay? Everybody is happy and wanting to get here. So, well, no, look, can we just take Scott Linehan and just rip him out of history? Just act like he was not there. Just erase all record of
And
it.
his son's garbage too.
Wow.
No, we
The
just,
whole tree, huh?
yeah, just forget
This is the
that
thing.
period.
Mark, this is the thing. We got the best left guard probably in the NFC East, but he's playing right tackle.
Yeah, you're right. I agree, and Vosh doesn't agree with me on that. And I keep saying, look, I would like to see Lyle Collins back at guard and fatten up Connor Williams, put him out at tackle, because people, okay, most people will think, oh, a center and a guard and all that is all the same thing, but it's not. That guard is going to end up doing a lot more running, trying to get to the linebackers in the second level. He's going to do more pulling and stuff on the outside. He is actually more aggressive, and a tackle by nature is more of a defensive position. You are constantly trying to protect the edge, which means you are setting back up. You're not using your speed as much as a guard will. And I still believe, for whatever reason, I don't know, that they don't play him at guard, but I think he's a better guard.
We was able to in 2015. You remember that year we had a guy named Darren McFadden
Mm-hmm.
running behind Lyle Collins
With no passing game.
with no passing game. So I'm sitting there looking at it like, look, Lyle, I know that playing tackle is a sexier pick. It playing that position, you're going to get the most money because nobody pays guard top dollars. Let's be real about it.
Zach Martin got paid.
Well, I'm talking about top, the highest offensive linemen normally are tackles, right?
Mhm, right.
They are the cream of the crops.
Right.
Just kick that sucker back inside. He can be, if he can just get his head out of he
Mhm.
can be a Hall of Famer inside, opposed to just
Right.
being an average or decent right tackle.
All right, man. It's gonna get interesting. It's amazing because I said to everybody, because it was slow last week, and I
Right.
said, man, by the time everybody gets to Indianapolis, it's gonna get crazy, and it's just been literally nonstop. Now I don't know if you saw where D. Ware tweeted out basically saying, should I come back? People are asking me and things like that.
It's a need.
What do you think?
It's a need.
I
D.
mean-
Ware?
It's a
I mean, you did work before, carpenter work before, and you move a lot of heavy stuff. And the best thing the doctor would say to you is say, hey, stay off your back,
Yeah.
get the rest.
Mhm.
So the guy been off his back, and he been giving it a rest. He's been down here. I've been watching his clips. He's in South Lake. He been working out. He
Uh-huh.
still look chiseled. He looks like he can burst off the line. I think he still have that bend. I think that he'll be better than a Taco Charlton's of the world.
You just hit the nail on the head, and maybe Taco could learn a little bit from him too.
There you go.
But you don't look at him
Yeah.
because the way you look at him is not an every down starter anymore. You look
It
at him,
depends.
you look at him as it's third down and long and things like that. You're going to use him in certain situations and be part of the rotation because the Cowboys love that rotation of linemen.
You just put words right in my mouth, man. You
Mhm.
remember? I want to say 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
He wasn't a full-time starter, but he still had those few abilities that you can say,
Those
okay,
big plays. Yeah.
rotate him in on possible passing downs. He get to the quarterback, even if he can use his wits.
And
he can
And as much as everybody want to talk about Eli Manning being that 2-time Super Bowl MVP, it was that pass rush that they had that got them those. They didn't have elite safeties and cornerbacks and stuff like that, but they had a pass rush that just smothered the quarterback. And that's where we need to have is that pass rush that is going to smother the quarterback. So many times with our defense, we get our most of our sacks come through stunts, as opposed to a guy that's just going to pound and beat the crap out of somebody and literally enact his will on top of it. And that's like you said, we need that big fat nasty guy in there that's throwing centers left and right.
Yes, indeed, man. And that can happen. All we got to do is just sit back and wait.
Well, let's hope so.
And let the draft come around and let's see what can do.
All right, well, they start working out tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the Combine. And then we got 1 week left before we actually have free agency starting. So it's getting ready to get crazy right now. So what else you got going on your channel right now, man?
Man, I'm just waiting for this thing to go through the Combine. And then on top of that, just try to find some players that can help this team out as it relates to free agency. And I listen to everything. I'm open to everything. I even hear like the crazy news where they're talking about the Cardinals got the first round draft pick, right?
Yeah.
The very first pick. They said that particular coach is not sold on Josh Rosen, whatever his name is,
I'm not
right?
sold on him either. I don't think that.
Yeah.
I look at all these quarterbacks. There's nobody out there that just says that's a franchise quarterback. They may become one, but I don't see anybody that's head and shoulders that's that great.
I heard some crazy news. And I'm not trying to put this out here for attention or anything, but they said that what if the Cowboys, and I'm not going to name the sources because it's crazy. Put it like this: 105.
Okay. Let me brace
they said
this
the
one.
Cowboys should go out there and trade for Josh Rosen if the Cardinals pick up Kyle Murray with the first round draft pick. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Look at you can't even think, huh?
But you know what? I had somebody who commented and said we should go ahead and sign Nick Foles because Dak Prescott's still on his rookie contract. It's like you still got to pay him $22 million. You know what do you? I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm just gonna leave that alone right now. I'm just gonna leave it alone. But it is what it is. Dak is my quarterback. To me, seeing what he did yesterday, basically saying not my co-workers, my brothers in arms, that's a guy, like I was talking about Demario earlier, that I was over at CPAC today with. Who was, he's reaching across the aisle, trying to make a difference in things, carry on conversations. He's a leader of men, and that's where Dak is. Dak, those guys love him, will follow him to hell and back and everything else, and there's a lot to that. There's a lot of quarterbacks out there that are really good quarterbacks, but they don't have those players that are behind them that got their back like they do with Dak, and that is a major thing. That's intangibles that you just cannot measure. And I think it's going to lead them to it. And I've been telling everybody that if you look at most NFL quarterbacks, you got the sophomore slump where they drop off the face of the earth.
Right.
And then you have year 4. In year 4, Russell Wilson went from like 20, 22 touchdowns his first 3 to bam, like 35. You look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at Big Ben. All of these guys, that 4th year has been the big year in their career. And if that is the case, if that pattern holds true with Dak Prescott, because most people won't believe me when I say that Dak Prescott's first 3-year numbers were better than Russell Wilson's first 3 numbers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
Russell Wilson was only like 3,000, 3,200 yards, a season his first 3 years, and all of a sudden that 4th year, he went from, I think he had 22 was his best touchdowns his first 3 years, 35 in year number 4. You look at Troy Aikman, his only year that he threw over 20 touchdowns was his year number 4. He threw 23. So that's where you look at this year coming up. And if you're the Cowboys, that you do say, maybe this is time to go all in with the chips and try and make this run right now.
Yes, and the best thing that we can do this offseason, of course, we're going to do a little bit more 12 personnel with the offense. It's going to be a little bit more motions. I would want for the Cowboys to just do this. Find Ezekiel Elliott some help. I know that he's the bell cow. I know that he's the heart and soul of this offense. But you find him some help, You give him some fresh legs towards the second quarter and the second half of the season, and we
Uh-huh.
punch this thing into the postseason. Remember this, and I hate to bring up this team. I just hate to bring them up because they
New
filthy.
England.
The Philadelphia Eagles
Oh,
before, talking about when they won the Super Bowl. Everybody was thinking it was fly Eagles fly. It was more so run Eagles run. They was like number 3, something like that, running, and I guess during that year, but they ran the ball well and they utilized the middle of the field
uh-huh.
with the tight ends. What I'm saying is with Kellen Moore's system, he liked to use the 12 personnel, and he
Mm-hmm.
also liked to use the motions and things like that. If we can find ways to find one explosive player on the offensive side of the ball to help this team out, which will be a spell back for Ezekiel Elliott, and
Mm-hmm.
Ezekiel Elliott is one explosive guy too.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know what Amari Cooper can do. If we can help the team out in those parameters, we would see a better collective team altogether
Oh,
from
amen.
where we were last year.
And you look at where
They
the
do.
team left off too. You know, we were peaking going down there. You think about what Dak did that last game of the season. You know, against the Giants. You know, where Zeke didn't play at all. You could see more and more the Eagle game, the second one and stuff. Where he did have the 2 fumbles, but still threw for over 400 yards. You know, you're all of a sudden seeing that team that's progressing and hopefully can take that next step and all. Are you going to be at the draft?
I'm gonna get with Barry on that. Hopefully, hopefully I might. It's a maybe right
I'm
now.
going. I'm going to be
Maybe.
there and all that. And by the FYI, you know it's in Vegas next year, right? I mean, the following year.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Try
So
trying to
definitely,
draw up my timeline now to see how I can get out there to Vegas.
that's right. All right. So you got to get back into the office there.
Yeah, I gotta get on back in, but I just wanted to jump in and let
I
everybody know
appreciate it, man.
that.
I'm working on the studio and stuff, and as soon as I get, hopefully about another week or so, we'll end up having the grand opening. I want to get you, I want to get my man Vosh in here so we can start doing a real roundtable here. You know, I'm not fancy yet where I can do the green screen and stuff. I literally have to build stuff and make it so that I can actually grab a hold of it. But you know, I'm old school, man. But I appreciate it. Everybody, I know everybody's already subscribed to my man, but everybody's already on there. But if you've been hiding under a rock, make sure you subscribe to Law Nation. You know, you may not like me, you may think I'm an idiot because I am, but there's somebody out there that you like. I know I saw my Cowboys family in here and stuff, and some other ones. I saw TGK here. Check them out because all of you guys out here work hard and everything else, and it ain't easy to be behind here taking all the crap that we get and stuff out here. All right.
Yes, indeed, man. Really appreciate you, Mark. Thank you for having me on.
All right, man.
Salute.
I'll see you soon. And did I see Katie in the house? Oh my goodness, Katie Calls is in the house. How you doing tonight, Katie? That's another one who's out there putting in the work and everything else. She is one of our newest Dallas Cowboy fans, and she's working hard on her channel and stuff. When the season gets here, we'll probably end up having her on some more because I know how Victor, and I know Victor is probably just passed out right now because he is majorly in love with Katie Calls It and stuff. And things. So check her channel out and stuff. Show her some love and everything else. Just keep it clean. Can we keep it clean? Okay. Act like you've actually talked to a woman before. You know, just kind of be cool. Be cool. And understand, women don't like it when you just blitz them with all this crazy stuff. But that was Law Nation in the house and stuff. You know, my brother from another mother and everything else, he does a whole lot of great work and insight and everything else, just like my man Vosh. And we're going to get Vosh on because Vosh knows more about these guys that we're looking at in the combine than anybody else. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wind this thing up because I'm sure you guys have had more than enough of me here today because it's been breaking news day. Sean Clark, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I see Katie said she's going to have an art stream on Saturday night, so definitely check that out. I understand Saturday evening for her is like kind of afternoon for us because they are like 5 hours ahead of us. So definitely go ahead and subscribe to her channel so that way you'll get notified of it and things. And Michael, you're going to be live streaming this weekend, right? All the games?
I'm not doing all the games.
Or excuse me, when are you live streaming the AAF games? Or early? What time?
Both early games, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, the early games on Saturday and Sunday, Michael Anthony. So go make sure you go to his channel, Michael Anthony.
3 and 4 at a time.
Okay. Make sure you subscribe to his channel so that way you get notified and everything else.
No, don't subscribe. click that bell.
Okay.
Because subscribe is not going to give you a notification.
Okay, okay. See, that's how old I am, guys. That's how old I am. Okay, I say subscribe to the channel. You're good. Actually, I'm sorry. Ring that bell. Ring the bell, so that way you get notified when they go live. I didn't know that. So if I'm subscribed to you, I don't get. If I'm not ringing the bell, you can ring my bell.
It'll show up on your thing, but you won't get the notification as immediately when it goes live.
Oh. All right, so I just learned. Okay, so everybody, and also too, do me a favor here. I do have another channel. I know that a lot of you guys don't know that, but I actually have the Cowboy Joe Boo channel too, which actually was a channel that originally got shut down, and that's why I started using this one. This one used to be just my cooking channel, but YouTube is YouTube, so you are always never know what to expect. So that's why I have a second channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell on that one too, because I'm actually doing more stuff on that one as well. So that way you're always going to make sure you get all the news. That way I have a backup plan. If something ever happens, you go to that one, because we all know that I do 1,000 videos a day, and if I put 1,000 on one, then might get shut down, and we don't want that to happen, do we? All right, guys, I have been in here for an hour and a half. That's too much. I don't want to cause brain damage. I appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, make sure you check out Katie Calls It, Michael Anthony Fitness, Law Nation, Cowboys, my Cowboys family, and TGK TV, E2 Blue, DMV Dallas Cowboys. Who'd I forget, man? Who'd I forget? Did I forget anybody? I'm sorry if I forget. Huh? Cowboys blog. Yeah, don't forget Cowboys blog. Don't forget him too. But check out. Listen, I'm gonna say this last thing before I get out of here. Understand, you guys are viewing the cutting edge of the future. The 4-letter networks and things, they are dying. They are trying to get in here. You get with us. Like I said, you may not like what I have to say, but I can guarantee you that I'm right more than Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter combined. And we focus in on everything that is the Dallas Cowboys, and you will not get that anyplace else. So be sure to check out all. Oh, Shango. How can I forget Shango? Because I'll be hooking up with Shango when we get out to training camp. But you will get the best coverage of the Dallas Cowboys and everything else with guys that are like Law Nation and stuff. And as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and putting up with my mic issues. I'm going to get that stuff straight, and I'm going to do some more things to try and get this stuff together, and I appreciate all of your support.